ask for it and people can send it to you using the chat. You guys know that. We had looked at it before. So we had just typed in this information about hearing levels and volume levels and things like this in our paper. And our paper is about audio, obviously, and about hearing loss and things like that. Now, sorry, let me look at this spot. All right, where we left off was the end of a paragraph. So we're ready to start a new paragraph. So if we press enter, we should automatically get that hanging indent because Word is going to indent each new line in a paragraph for us because we said we wanted it to be set up that way. Now we're going to enter in some text that's going to be our first source. So let's put this sentence in. The features of certain headphones I've got to get just a little further here. We just did our autocorrect. I'm looking at this. Okay, it's not showing it to me. Okay, I finally am to the right place. Sorry, I've got this printed out, but it's really hard to see up here. Don't forget that we had misspelled sound, and we're leaving that because we're going to do a spelling check later. Now, the sentence that we want here is the features of certain headphones and earbuds and help to prevent hearing loss. Higher quality headphones and earbuds tend to produce a clearer sound, enabling wearers to listen at a lower volume. Now, right here after the word volume, the instructions say to press the space bar. So I'm going to press the space bar so that I'm just one space past that word volume. Now, here's where we want to add a citation. And a citation, of course, is just a reference, just saying I want to give credit to this source that I used. Whenever your instructor tells you they want something set up with MLA guidelines, we're seeing that that even involves as much as the cover page, you know, and all the title and everything. APA is the other one. So in Word, we can use either one of those citation guidelines. So we can actually set up our reference in Word, and then we could change it from one to the other if we had some sort of changes if necessary. So that's what we're going to do here is enter our source. So the first thing we want to do with our insertion point sitting right down here after that space is on our toolbar, we want to find the References tab. And in the References tab, we want to first, before we do any inserting, check this style. Notice right now our style is set to APA, and we'd like to use the MLA. There's lots of other styles that we could use also, but we're going to go to MLA. Now, whenever you're working with your different sources, we know we're going to require different pieces of information depending on what kind of source it was. So if we're working with a newspaper, that's going to be different than something that's a website or a textbook or whatever. So the material that we have just entered in our research paper came from a magazine. It says it was an online magazine article. So that's the kind of reference that we're going to add. So we want to click Insert Citations, and that's a button.
It came from a magazine.
Yeah, it's going to come from a magazine.
Add new source, is that what we click next?
Yes. So insert citation, add new source. For this one, we'll add a source. So we want to change our source. And if you scroll down, you'll see there's a lot of different options. I'm going to go down and make sure that I'm getting the kind that they want. They want us to use article and periodical. Now our author is going to be TU, comma, Mingzu Lin. In our title text box, the article was called Headphones and Earbuds. You can just press tab to go to your different options, but our periodical title is going to be Technology and Trends Today. So that was the name of the magazine. The year this article was created was 2017. For month, they went August. And our day, we're going to leave blank. For our number of pages, they say type n.pag dot.
N.EAD.
Dot, and they say that with our MLA standard, that indicates that the source had no page reference. And that's because we were reading this magazine article online. So it might have had a page number if it were a hard copy, but since it was online, there was no page. And so that's the way we want to indicate that.
You even have the author's name spelled correctly when it's graded.
Probably. It is TU, and then the first name is MINGZHU. And the middle name is Lin, just LIN.
You put a comma after two?
Yes.
Okay, and then the other just name shoes.
Yeah.
And then one more time, the pages, you put N.EAG.
And there's a space after the first dot. And looking at the documentation, in one place it looks like there's supposed to be the space, in another it doesn't. So we're going to leave that space.
What did you say the title of the magazine was?
Technology and Trends Today. You guys don't forget to join that Zoom session so you can see it if you have room on your monitor for all these things. But if you don't, I understand completely. That's the problem. I can understand that. Now, the last thing that we need on this reference is the medium. And the medium we're going to make web with an uppercase W. So we're saying it was a web-based article. Now, the MLA documentation style is so in-depth. It says that the MLA documentation style abbreviates all months except May, June, and July when they appear in a source. That's pretty detail-oriented. So, excuse me, I'm going to die up here. We should be ready to click OK. Now, do you see the little TU that got inserted?
That last line that you put on there for web didn't appear on this.
You didn't have
It looked the same as
source.
what you were doing.
It was source down at the very bottom, or medium, I'm sorry.
Medium, yeah. It did not appear in this box then.
Well, we'll see what it does to you about it. And we'll have an opportunity to update our references. So we should be able to fix it at that point. Now let's try to get back to it. If you click on the TU with the parentheses that got inserted in your document, you should see this square tool pop up. And in this square tool, you can click the down arrow and choose Edit Source.
That's all I might have.
You might need to check this box, Show All Bibliography Fields.
Headphones and earbuds. That one was technology.
That opened a whole.
Whole bunch more stuff. We'll see if you've got medium. And right under medium, we want to add a little bit more information as we're modifying here. We want the year accessed to be 2017. The month accessed to be October OCT dot. And the day 3.
Okay, what's the screen here?
I checked this box, Show All Bibliography Fields,
Okay.
and then a bunch of new ones showed up. Does yours show medium still?
Yes. I
It
think
does?
showed-
Okay. Good. I was worried that it was the wrong type of source and
I
we would.
think the reason I had that problem is because I was way behind and I didn't get the MLA thing. But when I hit references, it doesn't give me that option.
Well, if it's looking okay, let's click OK.
Found it fine.
Do I want to update both lists with these changes? Yes, I do. Now, we need a period after this source. So click after the parentheses so that your insertion point is between the parenthesis and that paragraph marker, and type your period. You want to be careful that that TU isn't still selected because we don't want it to overwrite your reference.
I'm a little bit behind. So
Mhm.
back on the show all bibliography fields, I got year access and month access.
Uh-huh.
Was there
Let's see.
other windows that we should fill in right there?
The day was 3.
Which was 3,
3.
and then anything else?
Nope.
Thank you.
Just year, month, and day.
And then the source exists in your master list and current document. You want that page both list changes? Yes.
Yes. And then click right after that parenthesis to put in the period for that sentence.
Got it.
Yesterday afternoon, I was thinking about our research paper here because I got in the elevator with somebody and they had their headphones up so loud you could practically sing along. That person's going to have some hearing problems. Okay, so our next sentence here after this reference. Properly, I can't type properly designed headphones should have a close fit for optimal listening. Similarly, earbuds should seal tightly in the ear canal of the person wearing the device. Lastly, headphones and earbuds also should include noise canceling technology. So for this text, we're going to enter a footnote. When you get done typing that sentence or all those sentences, do go ahead and save. We've done a little bit here. Everybody up in the front was talking about saving before we started. And of course, Word is automatically saving for us. And we know that if something happens and the system crashes, Word will tell us that a file was recovered. Just make sure you take care of those recovered files right away so that you don't have multiple versions of something. Now, a footnote is just a reference that appears at the bottom of the page. And sometimes we could have an end note, which is a reference that appears at the end of the document. Whenever we create these kind of notes, the note text can be any length and format, whatever we want. And Word is going to automatically number these notes sequentially by placing a note reference mark both in the body of the document and to the left of the note text. So if you insert, rearrange, or remove notes, Word renumbers all the subsequent note reference marks according to their new sequence. So yay. So footnotes, just something that is a little bit different, but kind of handy to have. And it's really great that Word will renumber them for you and you don't have to worry about things. So we want our insertion point right here at the end of this sentence after the period. And we want to do an insert citation, but not insert citation. We want to insert a footnote. Do you see it? It's that little category before the citation and bibliography. So instead of inserting citation, we want insert footnote. Let's click that button. Now, as soon as you click that, Word assigns, if you notice, the number 1 is a superscript up here in your text, and it has the number 1 down here at the bottom in your footnote area to identify that this note has to do with that text. We have a separator line down here that's keeping everything separate. So now we can enter in our footnotes. They have a little note in our text that says, if you wanted this footnote to be an end note instead, meaning it appears at the end of the document, you could press Alt-Control-F, and that would change it into an end note. So let's type in our footnote here. We have some text. It's not letting me type. I'm off someplace. Gupta and Padro state that effective noise canceling technology reduces the interference of sounds from the surrounding environment reducing the volume level required by headphones and earbuds. And then they want you to press the space bar. I've got a typo in there. I'm going to fix my noise. Got it? Now, if we zoom out a little bit so you can see your whole page, I'm going to go ahead and go to the home screen and turn off my formatting characters, and then you can see how that footnote is going to look. It's going to look really nice. It's going to take care of it all for you, everything all happy there. So that looks good. I'm going to turn my formatting characters back on so that I can see what's going on and make sure I don't make any mistakes. Now, the last citation we inserted, that first one, we inserted a placeholder in our document where it put that little parenthesis TU for the author name, and we included the information about the reference at the same time. But sometimes you might want to just make the placeholder because you don't really necessarily have all that reference information with you at the time. So you can do that. Let's see where they want us to be. Okay, we should be here where we are. Clicked right before that paragraph marker. And in our references tab, sure. See it? That okay? So in our references tab, if we do the insert citation, we could say we just want to add a new placeholder. And what they want us to type there, sorry about that, I had to look ahead, is Gupta. So that's just going to be our placeholder name is just Gupta.
You lost me.
Oh, okay. So up here on your insert citations button, we chose add new placeholder instead of add new source. And when you choose add new placeholder, it just says, well, what do you want to call, what do you want to put there? And we want Gupta. Didn't work? Well, I might have you in the wrong place anyways. Oh, yep, I do. So we want this placeholder to be down here in our footnote, and they want it to be before the period. So let's drag it. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to hold my mouse button and try to just drag it. Oh, see those three dots? That's where I need to click. And I'm going to try to drag it down here before that period. And just drop it down there where I want it. Did it go?
It's highlighting stuff. Three dots.
Just so
I think that's right. I'm going to have one space before Gupta. I have two up. I'll fix it. Okay, so that should fix us. Now, we've set up this placeholder. That's just going to be a reference as we get through with our document to tell whatever we were reading about from Gupta about noise canceling headphones. We'll be adding that to our resources. Now, when we're working with our footnotes, sometimes we'd like to modify the text style. It says footnote paragraphs should be formatted the same as other paragraphs in the research paper. So we might need to change our style. So it says right-click the note text in the footnote. So I'm going to click on this note. And we just want to see this right-click menu and choose Style. This is the same style options as we would have on the home screen, just through this shortcut link. Now for our footnote text, we're going to be changing some things here. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what they want. Oh, there it is. Click Style on the shortcut menu to display the style dialog box. If necessary, click the category arrow and make sure your category is set to all styles. Then click Footnote Text in the styles list to select the style to modify. Click the Modify button to change this style. Now we want to change our font size to 12 from 10. We want a double space. Do you see a double space button? I'm not, oh, there, that's not it.
It's the right one in the middle.
This one.
The right. Oops. Over to the right. There.
Oh, you're so good. Thank you. I don't know my right and left.
That's triple space.
Is that triple? Down at the bottom in the words, it says double. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's normal. Okay, so yeah, that one is double. Great.
What font is it?
It doesn't really say which font it wants. So let's keep that one. And then, oh, because it's supposed to be Times New Roman was our MLA standard. Now we want to click the Format button. From the Format button, we want to click Paragraph. And then in this paragraph format, we want to click the special arrow in the indentation area. And we want to add that hanging indent for on our first line. So not hanging, sorry, first line. And then finally click OK. And then we want to click OK to modify our style of our footnote text. And then we want to click Apply. And we should see that footnote text change to be double spaced like our other information.
Can you do that all again?
Sure. Let me show you the picture. It's really clear. Here's the picture. Did it crash? Should we save? Can you save? Save, save.
Yeah, like exit it out.
Just picked you. Anybody else have trouble?
Yes.
Yes? Just you guys?
Like it's not working.
Wham. Will it let you back in, or is it totally just broken?
I don't know.
We heard the word. It's not working for us today. Yours looks like that too, Tom.
That's terrible. All of that work is going to
Try it and close and open.
go.
Okay, are you guys getting it?
So,
All right, we'll get it here. Don't worry. We have got this. We are smarter and stronger. Let me find step one, though. Okay, step one. Right-click the note text in your footnote. So just anywhere in there to get that right-click menu and choose Style. Once you're looking at that style, footnote box, check your category, make sure it's set to all styles, then click footnote text in the middle in that styles list, then click the modify button. After you've clicked modify, change your font size to 12. Change that double space button to the furthest right one. That's that one. I couldn't find that. Took me forever.
Where do you find this modified text?
So where are you?
You said something about styles and
Yeah, so right now, where are you? Are you?
all styles normal, right?
We want footnote text. Styles, footnote text.
Oh, here it is. That's what
And then click modify, that modify button. And then you should be seeing where you can change your font to 12. Is it a font type thing? It's pretty dense. It's really densely packed. It's hard to see where you are. And then click your double space button. After you've got your font changed and your double space, click this format button down on the bottom. Now that's going to bring up a menu. We want to choose paragraph. Once you get to your paragraph formatting, change your special here to first line indent. Did you find it? And then click OK and OK and apply. So modifying styles is always a little bit more complicated than most of the things we do. Did you get it back, Ryan? Ryan, did you find your document?
Yes, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I thought you just was like, I'm done.
No, no.
Okay, everybody got that step? Let's save. Make sure you saved after that one. And you should have seen your footnote go to a double space, and then you know for sure that you got all of those style changes applied. They say there's some other ways, but no matter what, whenever you're editing a style, it always gets a little bit deep down into Word. So let's edit our citation. Select your Gupta citation. When you select your Gupta citation, click on the arrow for your citation options and choose Edit Citation. I think. Oh, no, cancel. Choose Edit Source, not Edit Citation. Because remember, we just made this one a placeholder, so we don't really have our source information tied to it. So now we can edit the source and go put that information in. So now we've figured everything out. In the author column, let me make sure I'm getting to the, in our type of source, let's click book. Under author, we want to click the edit button, and the edit button is going to give us individual last, first, and middle names. So in our last name, we want Gupta. Our first name is Elena, E-L-E-N-A.
What?
E-L-E-N-A. And then our middle name is Maya, M-A-I-A. Can't use easy names. Now, once you've got those three names typed, click Add, and it's going to add you add that name to the list of names of authors of this source. They mention that if you feel comfortable typing in the author's name manually, you can do that. You don't have to use this box, but then we'll go ahead and make sure it's in the right format for you if you use this last name, first name box. Now we have another author, Pedro. Padro. Padro. Then we want the last name. Oh my goodness. Adelbert. Adelbert.
Did you put Pedro on the, is that the last name?
Last name. And then Adelbert is their first name, and the middle name is Luis, Luis. Those could be harder names.
Adelbert could also be a last name.
First. So it's Adelbert Luis Padro. So click add when you've got that. Goodness, so let's click OK. That's our authors. We just have the two. Now for our title, this is going to be Hearing Protection Methods. The year is 2017. The city is Orlando. Publisher is Palm Press. And the medium is print.
Can you repeat the title?
Sure, the title is Hearing Protection Methods. The year is 2017. The city is Orlando. Siri is like, I'll help you with Orlando. The publisher is Palm Press, and the medium was print.
Palm,
Like a palm tree, yeah, because it's in Orlando. Got him? Okay, I'm going to click OK then. So it updated our citation and showed us that there's two authors there. Now that we've got that citation, they'd like us to edit it. So if you still have Gupta and Padro selected, click that arrow and choose Edit Citation this time. Now the pages that we used, that it's asking us for, were 75 through 78. And we want to suppress the author. So check that author checkbox. We also want to check the title text box. That's all we want to do. To that source. So now we should see our page numbers showing up instead of our author name, because we said to suppress that. And we're going to move our cursor here to the end. Let's save that. Now they give a lot more information in the textbook about different options for you to use for some of these kinds of things, so be sure to read through that. Let's add our third paragraph. the volume level of the sound that transmits from headphones or earbuds into the ear of a person wearing this type of device has been linked to hearing loss. Period. The volume should be set low enough that other people nearby cannot hear the sound being transmitted. The quieter the sounds, the less possibility of hearing damage. Now, I wanted to get that paragraph in because at this point, as we're typing our paper, our research paper, we're pretty much thinking that we might have met our word count requirements. And you know how it is. We don't want to really add a bunch more if we don't have to. So how could we figure that out? Yeah, the bottom of the screen is telling you. It says 232 words. Now, we could make some changes to that, though. What if we think that we really have more words than that because of all these footnotes and things? We could try it. Let's see. If necessary, place a check mark in the include text boxes, footnotes, and endnotes check box on the word count dialog box. Well, to get to that word count dialog box, we can just click our word count down here. And that option is already set. So, unlucky me, I've got to find more words because it says we're supposed to have 275 words and we're just at 232. So we'll have to get a little bit more information to finish our report. Yes, sir?
So, my words went past this one.
Yeah?
Don't know why.
Just a two. Check. Go up to the top and make sure you don't have any extra paragraph marks on any blank lines because that seems to just throw Sam for a fit. So just make sure there's nothing like blank that's pushing it down.
Is there 1.5 times space?
Yes,
There you go.
there is. Do you think that I have it instead of double? I could have a mistake on mine.
I have double.
You have double?
I just need to get the last bit of this paragraph.
Oh, sorry, I keep moving it around on you. I was like scrolly, I don't know. So we'll have to finish this next time, and I really wanted our class to be pretty much all for working on your group project. So we'll try to minimize what we have to do to finish this one. I'll get just the exact things that we have to get done. As you're submitting stuff to Sam, be sure to look at the reports that Sam offers to figure out what's wrong. It does seem like things that are wrong at the top can affect it and like throw it off to where it thinks a lot of other things are wrong. So it can be something where we might need to fix one thing to be able to tell what else there is. So we will do that Friday. Have a great day. I'll see you then. Make sure to save.
Question.
Uh-huh.
On this, when you're messing with like the margins to do the indent,